Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for stopping by. Today in GTA Online, of course, it is Thursday. Rockstar has their brand new weekly update, the first official one for 2026, which is awesome. Now, jumping in, of course, today we're going to be checking out all of the biggest and most major changes that Rockstar has brought into the game, the money bonuses. We're going to be talking about the discounts, several free properties as well as discounted properties as well, different businesses you could take advantage of. We also have the opportunity for some limited time free vehicles you could check out, which we're going to be talking about as well, going over all the prices of vehicles, performance reviews, how the customization is, whether they're worth buying or not, what it's like to be the owner of some of these cars, and more. So again, thank you so much for tuning back in, and let's get started. Starting off, let's talk about probably the most exciting opportunity for players this week. It's an entire free business and property you can grab for this week for a limited time only. It's the hands-on car wash. So in order to unlock this business, you can't just jump onto Maze Bank foreclosures and claim it. You do need to watch the cutscene of picking up Martin Madrazo at the airport. You watch the cutscene where you get introduced to him, Mr. Faber, as well as Raph, which is his, business partner and associate. You drive over to the car wash, then you have the option to purchase it after watching that cutscene. But this week, while it's free, you can just jump in and buy it. It's normally $1 million business, and in order to get the other two associated businesses, like the Higgins Helitours business, as well as the Smoke on the Water Smoke Shop, you do need to purchase the car wash first. But of course, not to worry, because it's free this week. And of course, you have some upgrades and modifications when it comes to the tint, and that's about it. But that's the only thing you could really take advantage of. The other two associated businesses are not free. This is not free. This is not free. You just need to get the hands-on car wash as a prerequisite, but that's why I was saying this is good, because you can jump into this one at a cost of $0. You can do money laundering missions with it, make good money with the car wash by doing these money laundering jobs where you make $35,000, and it's a pretty decent way to make money. The only downside is there's sort of like an arbitrary cooldown with these, because every once in a while your heat with this business will max out, and in order to reduce the heat, you need to do a legitimate heat reduction job and a legal money fronts job, which essentially you take a customer or client's car, you drive it through the car wash and clean it, and then you deliver it back to their place of residence, and you will reduce the heat, and you can continue doing those money laundering operations. But not a bad business, not insane, but especially for an endgame player, it's pretty good to make money with. When it comes to a discounted property and business you can buy in the game, it is the Counterfeit Cash Factory and all of its associated upgrades, modifications, and renovations. So not all MC businesses are discounted this week, but just like for the Christmas event where the grass farm was discounted, this week it's the Counterfeit Cash Factory. So when you go over here, of course, you could resupply it in the same way, sell the stock. 40% off for this business this week. And by the way, the hands-on car wash, if you own it, that will buff your counterfeit cash sale mission value by 35%. If you like MC missions, this is a good opportunity to jump in. And the Counterfeit Cash Factory, after the hands-on car wash, as well as the Money Fronts DLC sale buffs, is actually pretty solid right there. I will be going into more detail on this business in tomorrow's money guide, but for right now, just know, I'm not the biggest fan of MC businesses, but once again, this is just something I can get behind every once in a while. I'm kind of sick of doing the sale missions. I prefer not to, but for the sake of the video, I will show you how to optimize and run this business so that if you do want to make money with it, you can. Here we are at my car wash business, and I want to talk to you guys about the money bonus opportunities for this week, because one of them I thought was going to be absolutely incredible, and it turns out Rockstar gave us the triple money and RP bonus on like the worst possible content for it. So at the car wash, of course, we have triple money and RP on the legal money fronts for the hands-on car wash, the Higgins Helitours business, as well as the Smoke on the Water Smoke Shop. So way less exciting than they led on, because when they said money fronts missions, you're thinking, okay, money laundering missions for these businesses where you make $35,000. Normally, triple money is $105,000 per mission. What a great way to start the year, right? But it's not. It's on the car wash for the car wash job, or the actual Helitour itself for the Higgins Helitours business, or even the grass delivery for the Smoke on the Water Smoke Shop. So the actual heat reduction jobs, I feel like that's a very important distinction to make on the weekly update news, not just call them money fronts missions, but nonetheless, that's what we have. But we also have double money and double RP on the counterfeit cash sale missions for both the MC biker business, as well as cash creation as a nightclub warehouse production good. So just like how we had grass farm sell missions on double money and double RP all month long, essentially for the Christmas update for 3 weeks in a row, we have the counterfeit cash sale missions on double money and double RP for this week. So we'll talk about that in a money guide tomorrow. Something more exciting, which isn't really that amazing for money, but it's going to be fun to play. because we haven't had a bonus on it in a while, and you guys need to check it out. It's the ULP missions. Those are double money and double RP, so Operation Paper Trail from the Criminal Enterprises update. Those are also going to be 4 times money for GTA Plus members. The featured series for this week, if you head on over to the jobs list, and then you go to Play Job, Rockstar created, and then Adversary Mode, it's Hasta La Vista. This is also paying out double money and double RP. The Community Combat series is also paying out some double money and double RP as well. There's a bunch of different opportunities here. The last quadruple money and quadruple RP opportunity is HSW Race series is on 4 times money. Not the time trials, the HSW races, as we talked about yesterday. So that's pretty cool if you're involved in those and you want to use those to make money. And then for the weekly challenge is just one more thing to get some bonus cash. Even if you don't want to do the heat reduction jobs, like right now, I think all my car wash and money laundering businesses are actually max heat. But if you want to complete this week's weekly challenge, well, you can reduce heat 3 times and you should be completing the weekly challenge here. Now, it says complete 3 jobs, right? Once again, Rockstar is being kind of vague. So on this, I don't want to say if it's the heat reduction jobs or the actual money laundering missions themselves. Since they call them jobs and not missions, I would assume they're the heat reduction ones, not the money laundering ones. Same reason why we got tripped up with the bonuses. But either way, you complete the weekly challenge, you make 100 grand right there. All right, now let's check out the vehicle discounts that we have on offer for this week. Starting off on Legendary Motorsport, the Grotti LSCM Cheetah Classic is on sale for 30% off. You can get this car for $1,366,000. Next up, we have the Gallivanter Baller ST, 30% off, $467,250. After that, you can get the Western Reaver for 30% off, $1.330 million. This is pretty solid for time trials if you want to use it. And you can use this bike and actually do pretty well on any sort of time-based type of time trial. On Southern San Andreas Super Autos, you can unlock the Vapid Click Wagon for $843,500. Pick yourself up the Grotti Brioso 300 for 427 grand or 320 grand with the trade price this week at 30% off. In the 4-door section, you can pick yourself up the Dinka Sugoi for $856,000 or 642 grand with the trade price. On Warstock Cash and Carry, you can also grab the Chernobog on here for $787,000. And also at the bottom of the list, you can pick up the Prison Bus for 512 grand or $385,000 with the trade price this week. The last vehicle you can unlock is actually on Elitist Travel. It's the standard Maverick here in game for $546,000. We haven't seen this vehicle and this helicopter discounted in a long time. It's been well over a year and a half probably, but it's back. You can pick it up on discount for 30% off if you want. I also forgot to mention as well, it's not the actual MOC like any of the bays or upgrades itself, it's the cab though. You can pick up the Joe Built Hauler Custom on discount for 30% off. So normally it's $1.4 million. Now you can get it for 980 grand. This is the Phantom Custom MOC cab. This is the Hauler Custom. This is the discounted version. So if you want like a cab over truck and semi truck for your MOC, this is the way to go. I like the Peterbilt 379 style though. At the Diamond Casino and Resort, your Lucky Wheel podium vehicle for this week is the Ubermacht Rebla GTS, which is just an awesome SUV. It's a top tier SUV when it comes to performance, in my opinion. It's actually one of the fastest ones in the game with really good acceleration, super high top speed for its class. It competes with the Pegassi Toros really well. If you like that SUV, you'll like the Rebla GTS. Of course, with its all-wheel drive handling, you're going to get super strong grip, very good cornering capability. Even if you go off-road, it's also pretty solid as well. And just kind of going off of that, I was actually surprised how capable it is, especially if you throw some off-road tires on there. Between the balance of its weight and of course it being all-wheel drive, it's great. It's a super trusty companion. I mean, it's not going to be as great as like the classy Draugr or the Canis Camacho or something like that, but still pretty solid. Of course, you can upgrade it with the bulletproof tires. Pretty good range of customization and visual upgrades. And then just when it comes to the design, it's based on a BMW X5. How can you go wrong with that, man? The car looks unbelievable. At the LS Car Meet, when it comes to our LS Car Meet prize ride that you need to place top 2 in LS Car Meet series races for 4 days in a row to unlock this vehicle. So it's a pretty big challenge to get this car. This is the Maxwell Vagrant behind me. It's sort of like a dune buggy style vehicle, a sporty, more competition oriented version of like some, you know, Polaris Razor or something of the like. But when it comes to its off-road capability, you get really strong acceleration, super high top speed. You can actually get almost as fast as the Sanchez dirt bike. I know a totally different kind of vehicle, but I'm just trying to compare it to something top speed wise. Handling's pretty responsive. It's quick, it's nimble, it's agile. So when you're trying to like whip up Mount Chiliad on the dirt trails, you can actually do it really well in this thing, and it's fun. It's got really good suspension as well, excellent if I may say. You can just go over all sorts of like rocks and small obstacles. It's not a rock crawler or anything crazy, but it's very good off-road just because of the suspension travel that you have. Of course, it does have this light frame here and just the open cabin design. So one, if you crash, it's lightweight. You're going to lose a ton of momentum. You're not just going to like ram through the traffic on the street. It's not meant to do that, obviously. And an open cabin design. So you're probably just going to get headshotted driving around in a public free roam session. And the other thing to note is it's rear wheel drive. And interestingly enough, a lot of vehicles in this game have a 5-speed gearbox. This one has a 6-speed gearbox. So you get good power delivery, better gearing, honestly, is really how it turns out. Even if this isn't going to be the fastest accelerating or the fastest top speed vehicle in the game, still pretty solid, worth unlocking for $0 this week. At the salvage yard, let's check out what vehicles we have on offer for this week. So starting off with the standard range car for the week, it is the Dinka Blista Conjo, featured in the Podium robbery where you could steal it. Next up, the mid-range car for the week is this Bravado Gauntlet Hellfire. You could steal this one as part of playing the McTony robbery. And then lastly, we wrap up with the top range car for the week, the Overflawed Autarch, featured in the Gangbanger robbery. None of these are claimable, but you can still make, you know, round numbers, about $1 million or so from these vehicles this week from selling them to the docks. When it comes to the location of the gun van for today, at least in GTA Online, if you come to the Tatavium mountain range here, if you guys are watching at least on Thursday, January the 8th, you can see we're over here just north of the reservoir here in game. So I'll zoom into the map location. And when it comes to the gun van stock and selection, let's check out what we have on offer. So we have the stun gun featured here, which is good for securing the bail office bounties. The service carbines featured here. The military rifle, this is a 50% off weapon this week if you don't own it. The homing launcher is featured here, the vintage pistol, as well as the battle axe. If you're a GTA Plus member, you can also pick up this stun gun here, like I was talking about, for 30% off. Also at the LS car meet, we have these 3 vehicles available on offer for us, so let's check them out. I guess we'll go with the most exciting one first. Let's start out with this Dinka Jester. This is the race car variant of the Dinka Jester, so if you do buy it from here, obviously you get the car and it's excellent. It's inspired by the 2015 Honda and Acura NSX. It's a great sports car, super good top speed, at least for the time it came out. It's not going to really be that competitive nowadays, but agile enough handling, very good performance in the rain though. And if you guys used this while there was snow in the game, you would have noticed how amazing this car is. The downside of the Dinka Jester race car variant is you can't remove the race car livery. I think you can change it to a different one, but you can't remove it altogether because the standard Dinka Jester is the actual vehicle without the racing liveries applied. So this one has the racing liveries. Nonetheless, excellent car though. You definitely got to unlock it this week. I think it is worth the full purchase price at $350,000. Next up, the Anus Stafford. This is a pretty interesting vehicle. It's old, it's retro, it's kind of inspired by, I think, the 1959 Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud, as well as the Jaguar Mark 9, I believe, kind of combining those two cars in the game. But pretty smooth vehicle to drive around the map in. Decent acceleration and satisfying enough top speed for its size, and probably its weight as well because it's super heavy. It also has rear wheel drive. It's going to oversteer. It can't really take corners very sharply, but nonetheless, it's not supposed to be like a sports car in this game. $1.272 million if you want to pick this one up this week. And then lastly, we have the Benefactor XLS. Honestly, just go with the armored XLS through the CEO vehicles menu if you're already a actual CEO in the game. But nonetheless, if you want to buy this version, this all-wheel drive SUV is both good on-road and off-road. You get better traction compared to some other SUVs in the game. Not really the Rebel GTS. If you want an actual SUV to drive around in, that Podium vehicle is definitely the way to go. But when it comes to this Mercedes here, reasonable acceleration, higher than average top speed compared to some vehicles in the game. A Mercedes-Benz GL Class IRL is definitely more exciting of a performance profile than this vehicle in the game, just because I feel like this car has more body roll than the actual SUV does in real life. You can obviously lower the suspension a little bit. There's not the most customization options for it either. The Rebel GTS has way more, so if you just want a sportier SUV, that would be the way to go. But again, the CEO vehicles menu, armored XLS, is obviously this, just on steroids because of the extra added armor protection. But if you do want to buy this one, you can pick it up for $253,000, so it's not that expensive. Here at Simeon's Premium Deluxe Motorsport, we have the following 5 vehicles to check out. So let's just go left to right. Starting out, we have the Invitero Coquette Blackfin, which top speed wise and handling, it's very, very good compared to some other muscle cars in the game. It's not going to be the fastest vehicle, but you can navigate some tight corners really easily with this car. And also, it has a great exhaust note. You guys will definitely not be disappointed in that. It's based on the 1956 and 57, as well as the 1961 and 1962 Chevrolet Corvette. You get some Nash Healey elements mixed mixed in, as well as elements from that Austin Healey 3000 as well. If you want to pick up this car, it is going to run you $714,210. Next up, the Dubachi Exemplar. Honestly, for an older Dubachi vehicle, this thing has amazing handling and balance in the game. It does have rear-wheel drive, but when it comes to handling, once again, I mean, especially for a big, long four-door sedan, this is going to outperform many of its rivals in the corners, you know, on twisty tracks, circuit racing, things of the like. If you are a competitive racer from the old times of GTA Online, you definitely know this car and you probably like it. So if you do want to buy it now, $240,000 purchase price. Next up, we'll move on over here. This is the Vapid Retinue, which in the speed department as well as handling, it's really good. If you want to take it off-road, obviously it's sort of meant for that, sort of like an older rally vehicle, I guess. It's lightweight, balanced power delivery, retro styling, so performance-wise going to be nothing crazy, but still worth owning in my opinion, and if you want to pick it up, $652,000 purchase price. Next up, the Canis Seminole Frontier. I mean, this is just an old-school second-gen Jeep Cherokee. I love these older Jeeps, and this is a very dependable one in this game. Once again, there's so many like off-road focused vehicles when it comes to all the different in-game vendors this month, or excuse me, this week. But again, off-road capability and durability of this SUV is really good. The top speed, I'll be honest, it kind of sucks. I mean, it's 100 miles an hour and it's only a 4-speed all-wheel drive SUV. So it's going to be slower just on the street, but off-road, of course, with that nice suspension, put some better tires on there, off-road tires, etc. You will be good to go. If you want to rock crawl with this thing, you have enough ground clearance, nothing exceptional, but it is what it is. Pretty stable, you're not going to flip over, and I just love this style. This body style is timeless. $713,000 purchase price. Next up, this is the Western Wolfsbane. Now, this is a pretty unexciting bike. Average top speed. If you're familiar with other bikes in the game, how would I describe the acceleration and the handling? I guess like just good for both of them. Acceleration, honestly, with this thing is pretty nice. You can maintain better control once again on off-road if you want to take this thing off there. You're not going to have a bunch of wheel spinning, or you're not going to lose control that much. But it's not a super bike or anything like that. It's not going to win you any races, and certainly I wouldn't use it in like a time trial or something of the like. The only thing that I can point out with this vehicle, with it being bad, is like its turning radius. It's not very maneuverable at low speed whatsoever, but that's not the biggest deal, right? It's kind of like a cruising motorcycle. So if you want to pick it up, $121,789 purchase price. With all that out of the way, though, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be wrapping everything up right here. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Of course, if you guys did go on to enjoy and you found the information helpful, consider dropping a like on the video and subscribing to the channel if you are new and you want to see more GTA 5 online content just like this. I upload every single day. Also, consider checking me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, specifically at twitch.tv/hazardoushdtv for more GTA Online money grinding live streams. Same with the YouTube Shorts, TikToks, and Instagram Reels. I upload those every single day. So if you want some long-form content outside of YouTube, or just on YouTube as well in the format of short form, well, you got that as well. So again, have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll check out all the different ways to make money, and I'll give you guys a tutorial on how to maximize money here this week in GTA. Have a fantastic day. See you guys tomorrow. Adios, amigos.